science, technology, engineering, and math at the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, Carmen Sidbury.
My grandfather, with his third grade education, often inspired me by saying, get something in your head and nobody can take that away from you. So I got all the education I could get. I got a bachelor's degree, master's degree, and even a PhD in mechanical engineering. And in 1995, I became the first African-American woman to get a PhD in mechanical engineering from Georgia Tech University. And so, it's been a journey for me, this whole education thing. I've benefited from teachers, great teachers, that really inspired me. And so, although I was able to accomplish those things, it wasn't easy. See, despite my youthful appearance, I entered first grade in 1968. It was a time right after Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination, and a time when North Carolina schools were still struggling with desegregation. For me, in my younger years, I leaned on the fact that my twin brother could be my voice. Together we were a perfect package, I thought. I was the thinker and he was the talker. Yes. I could tell him anything and he could and would tell the world. But in 1967, August 1967 to be exact, my whole world was disrupted. My young twin brother was hit by a car returning from the neighborhood store. And so he would live for a couple of days, but ultimately passed away from the injuries from the accident. So I would enter first grade without my Bubba, without my voice. And I will say, yes, it was a tough time. For me, a very sad period that often showed up on the playground as anger and isolation in my newly integrated school, Dixon. But at that time it was a tough child to be it was tough to be a black child during that period. But I persevered. And so for me, though, in fifth grade, everything changed for me. My teacher, Miss Robertson, came to take over our class, and she was a new teacher, a native of Robeson County. And she just had this joy for life that actually inspired us as kids in the class to have a joy for learning. And so, despite the fact that most of the students in my class, we were, by all socioeconomic indicators, from poor families. However, for us, economically poor was never a proxy for low aspirations or even low achievement. And so, for me, it's been an honor, and I'm quite grateful that I got my start in North Carolina schools. I benefited from the compassion of my teachers and from a community that poured their hopes and dreams into me. I got my introduction, actually, to engineering and STEM in general by my physics teacher, Mr. George Foy, who recommended to my parents a pre-college program that was actually at Clemson University. It's very similar to summer ventures in math and science that we offer at many of our UNC system campuses. And it was life-changing for me and really sparked my interest in engineering. So I am the product of an ecosystem that has been very instrumental for me in both my personal and professional journey. So it's an honor for me to share with you our project, STEM Scenic, which has an overarching goal to really provide access to STEM learning opportunities for all students, regardless of where they start, their geographical isolation, socioeconomic status, their culture, and even their ability. So we believe that urban youth and rural youth should be provided with opportunities to explore the full range of possibilities that are 21st century career options and that an education can afford them. And so I'm really excited about the work that we will do through STEM SENC. And I really want to thank my colleagues at UNCW, Dr. Sue Kazios and Dean Van Dempsey, who had the vision to launch this STEM SENC. And more importantly for me, they chose me to be on their team. So for me, a graduate of Dixon High School, which is in Onslow County, this decision to return to North Carolina is like the pinnacle of my career. And I hope to be an aspiration and inspire future students, future generations who start their education in North Carolina schools. So if not me, who? If not when, it's now. So thank you for your time.